First game between the Wise Vegetables and Urgottem Poseidon. Urgottem deciding that they want to go ahead and start on that red side, putting Wise on the blue side, which means Urgottem will have that final pick. And first couple of bans, Lucian gonna hit the ban board as well as Riven. Fast and Furious Draven also gonna hit the board, and they are just not taking their time with these at all.
Yeah, I mean, when you do draft wall first, you kind of just want to get through the actual thing pretty fast. Hovering the Fiora, hovering Diana, I don't know what's going on. I like the Seraphine ban. Seraphine's a pretty good takeaway. I think Kita probably could play it. He's more of a kind of a utility AD carry type player. He loves his Jhin.
I do like that Poppy answer though on the Diana lock, just to briefly interject, because I think that one of the biggest things that you look at with Diana
are they picking an order?
No, they may not, because the Sivir lock-in is going to confirm that they're not.
Well, I meant like in order of how they draft one.
Yes, that's what I asked them to do. That's what we ask them to do every single time, is to recreate the draft. I just wish they hadn't gone through bans so quickly, so that's why they were going to give us time to analyze this. So I do like the Poppy pick into the Diana, because if you're looking ways to counter that rush in, that dash, you know, to kind of clear distance and win the team fight, Poppy's going to be the best way to do that with that steadfast presence. She's going to be able to provide a lot of safety for the team and kind of prevent Diana from snowballing right off the bat. Also, Poppy damage not that bad in the early game.
I love Poppy. I think she's really, really strong right now. I think, at least in my kind of bracket of play, I think she's picker ban in top and jungle. I just think she's just really, really strong, and a lot of people don't really put prio on her, and she has a lot of really good matchups that are popular right now, including the Diana and stuff. So
there's also a lot of AD carries and a lot of mid laners that she enables too, because once you have Poppy, who has that kind of speed up to be able to get in the lane really quickly and then affect an early team fight or even an early skirmish and snowball that lead, she's really gold efficient on her itemization, and she stays tanky no matter what. It feels like even levels 2-3 with no items, Poppy is, you know, notoriously difficult to bring down because of her trading patterns, and if you're standing next to any kind of wall, any kind of structure, you're just doomed.
Yeah, it's kind of like why would you walk next to a wall next to main, you know what I mean? I honestly, I still hate Kalista. Honestly, I think she's bad.
I was gonna point out the pick. I think it's bad into Sivir, honestly, with the spell shield and the fact that she's gonna get outranged and outdamaged in the late game.
Yeah, in lane it can work. With the Braum, I think it helps a lot to have Braum as your Sivir for the early game. You don't really get messed up as hard. But I just don't think Kalista is the best answer to Sivir. I've been thinking about and kind of gaming whether or not some ADCs are better into Sivir because of how popular Sivir is. You don't want to just keep wasting the ban on red side every game just to ban away the Sivir. It's funny because they had first pick and they didn't pick it, but they just don't want to play it, I guess. But so I've been thinking about ways to counter it, and one, I don't think Kalista's a good champion right now, but two, I just don't think it's the best counter to her. Technically it is good in lane, but I just think there's just better and easier champs to play. Yeah. Although I did play Draven in a scrim once against Sivir and I did pop off, but Draven is not easy to play.
I think it's interesting too, given the context of what Urgottem has managed to draft himself. They have a lot of safety and a lot of utility with the Galio, who's going to be providing that ulti for safety. Is going to be able to kind of get that Justice Punch in as well to buy time and space for Sivir to work with. And that's one of the difficulties too, is Kalista is notoriously short range, where Sivir is going to be able to play further back on the back lines. And then obviously having Braum for safety means that the spears are really just going to be going into the beefy support and not really into those heavy damage targets. That said, they are missing a little bit of this kind of mid-game damage that we would expect to help carry them into the late game. Obviously, Sivir's going to take time, and so is Camille in that top lane. Obviously, should be an interesting matchup between Bouillion and Kahleil in the top lane with the Fiora, but I think that they have enough safety to where they should be able to get to that late game, obviously, execution withstanding. The biggest question for me really is going to be whether or not Paperback can get something going early in this game with Diana to kind of overcome some of that weakness that Diana has. This is a champion that, if it does get kills, gets early gold, becomes notoriously difficult to deal with, does a lot of damage, is a great team fighter, and having Azir is going to help with that as well in terms of trying to bridge some of the range problems that they have. But this is a very close-up team if you're looking across the board for the side of the Wise Vegetables. And ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the rift for game one between Urgottem Poseidon and the Wise Vegetables. Again, both these teams 0 and 1. They both really, really want to win. As I got to reset these controls. That didn't go the way I wanted it to. Time controls off. There we go. The all-important scoreboard. It's going to be the 5-man set on the river here for both these teams. I think that stock standard nowadays, everyone has visions of each other. I think as opposed to the last couple of seasons, especially when you look a lot through all the regions of pro play, you see a lot less invades attempts just because it kind of feels like the team that invades loses the game, as strange as that sounds. It's kind of like a cursive invade where it's like, yeah, you know, you may be able to steal
you gotta
early.
kill,
yeah,
and then still lose.
Yeah, you gotta kill and still lose, exactly. And but isn't that such a weird phenomenon where it's like, ah, yes, you've made the successful play. You have now lost yourself statistically the game.
It definitely doesn't make sense, right? Technically you like start out with an extra 400 gold, plus people get like assists and stuff. It's probably like 25 gold. It depends. I feel like it depends on the champion that gets the kill and whether or not they're able to recall in time to actually make effect on that gold to affect the level 1 through 3. Because if a top laner gets first blood and they're able to recall and get like longsword, like Fiora with longsword into Camille right now
it's obnoxious.
It would be really bad for Camille to play the game. But I've also seen some people get like first blood and then they get like cloth armor at level 1 or something. It's like, dude, like come on, like you just pissed away.
I don't want to see no stinking cloth armor. I want to see some blood and some glory in the top lane. I want to see somebody going for it, trying to make plays. And I think you bring up a good point, is the goal efficiency and how you actually use that. And I think one of the things that's changed too over the last couple of months, especially with the changes that Riot has made to the game, is the more certainty that you have in build paths. It does disappointingly feel like there's less diversity in what champions build, but it also, when you see the things that they do decide to build, it makes sense. Like, you very rarely see an item that, kind of makes you squint your eyes and go, I'm not sure what's going on. So go wide Cicero. Again, just going to land the passive there. One more auto would do it.
I think they slightly disrespected the level 2 spike that was coming. They did get away with it though. That's kind of lucky on them.
Concussive blows it. I'm going to take 2 more stacks on that. Cicero going to flash the mastery. Doesn't seem to be worried about it, but Najim going to be feeling pretty worried in that mid lane.
Najim's definitely dead.
Flash away. And to get underneath the turret. One auto is going to live with a smidgen of health. Has to blow flash though, so he will be summonerless, at least defensively, in that lane for quite a while, and is going to have to force to stay underneath the turret.
But yeah, back on the kind of what champions build nowadays and not being very diversified. Long are the days, and I wish they would come back in Season 6 Yasuo meta where you could build literally anything and it would work. I used to be a Yasuo main, and that's when I really was playing a ton of Yasuo, and I'd watch like Arcadata videos and his builds and stuff, and like how to he put out a ton of Yasuo content back in that time on like what builds are and like how to do combos and stuff, and I ate it up.
There are a number of ADCs that are very glad that season is no longer around. That I think I don't have fond memories of that season. I'm gonna be real with you. Also, not a lot of fun to play with as a Malzahar main.
I don't know, man. Like it just felt like I had a build that I could go in every single game, and it felt, I don't know. It just seemed really cool for me. And
well, if your argument was that it was fun, we can't have any of that with the itemization. We gotta have a vanilla pudding stock standard. But I think you bring up a good point too, just the kind of stability that we expect to see out of the league. And you understand what most champions want to build and why they do it. Is since we're gonna get exhausted, one more concussive blow will get this done.
Wow,
double flash out, and he is gonna drop here. First blood going over the core. You would not have liked to have seen that.
Oh, pick back
across the red paper. He's gonna drop as well. So here again to get out. Flash is gonna fail. One more auto would do it.
Okay, keep up.
Gonna pick up one. Kahleil gonna pick up another one for himself. Sorry, Kahleil actually going to be the recipient of seeing that one go down. The Bouillion may be dropping as well. No flash. It should just be the easy pickup here. Kahleil would more so like to get this one, and it is going to be donated over to Sloth. Kills all across the rift, but it ends up being a 3-for-2 trade. And Urgottem Poseidon going to be very, very happy with that series of events.
Okay. Najim.
Into the turret though, gonna be not the worse for wear. Sloth again, no flash, and flashless for both of those mid laners, but they're gonna be safe, gonna pick up this farm and should be able to reset, has the teleport to get back to lane.
I don't know, the recap for that is so hard. There's like 2 different fights happening. I mean, Bouillion picking up a kill is great, obviously, but Kahleil did pick up one as well, so it's kind of even there. I think the unfortunate thing in the bot lane is that Kita got a pretty sizable CS lead because Sivir was the one who died, and Kita got the kill while Troll did not, so not feeling super great there. Even after Cicero positioned a little too aggressively and got caught out and died for it, but Kita was able to at least trade and get technically the upper hand.
I think if you're Poseidon on that one, you're trying to say Copium, like, okay, well, you know what? At least Braum has some gold, or he can spend to get some minus protect me a little bit better. But right now, that gold's not going to matter because it's only a pair of boots, and really that starting support item has the Kindle Gem, but that won't amount to much right now. They are, however, going to get this dragon for the pressure that they have. First rotation means that objective will go their way. So look to see possibly Paper try and rotate up towards the top lane, maybe get a Herald. But the weird thing is, though, the timing of this, because now that Zarkra is going to be able to get this dragon, if he goes and clears his bot side right now and then paths to the top lane, he could contest for that objective off of a reset.
Yeah, Diana was already bottom, so it just wasn't really in the cards for him to try to do anything topside. They're trying to do something here.
Paper looking for the jump, and no ulti right now from any of the bot laners. So nothing to follow up right now. Hook, sorry, the Flay not going to land either. They will just walk out of that one. Again, no summoners in the bot lane. So if there had been this level 6, you could probably see that play, but I think maybe just sort of a pressure play to try and force the Urgottem Poseidon bot lane to kind of back off.
I mean, they're still, they're calling their bluff. Paperbag did complete the recall. Both top laners are level 6, scuffing in and out. Just like
gonna land. Frost gonna slow up a little bit. Trying to throw back the shield. Kita gonna jump behind him though. The shield gonna matter a whole lot less. Knight's gonna do it, and now Kita's gonna be able to throw the spears. The Ren, how long does he want to hold this? He wants to try and knock down Troll if he can. And there's gonna be the double kill on the bot lane. Kita with the Ren, and it was not in stop right now because Zarkra trying to invade on top of Paperbag. Needs to get out of here though. So teleport going to come out from Bouillion, and this will just be the back off. Doesn't want to get caught overextending, especially now that things aren't going their way. Oh, they don't want to let this go.
Zarkra's still coming.
Zarkra's still here. This is a 3-on-3, but health bar's not in the favor for Poseidon right now.
Okay, split fight.
Interest going to be on top. Kahleil. Not sure what they want to do. Najim going to pass. Sorry, get out of there. Paper's going to slay Zarkra, and the blue buff will go his way. Again, no level 6 though for Paper yet, so nothing to do there. Bouillion gonna jump over the wall. 1 into 2. It has backup there, but it will be a little bit delayed.
No.
Trying to get something going down. And Ike's gonna fall, and he's gonna be the first. Najim gonna click that one up. Sloth now trying to get his way out of here. Again, one more mark would do it. Gonna land the top, but this is only just to buy time and waste it. Bouillion gonna pick up another one. 2-1-2 on a Fiora, and Bouillion is making himself felt in this game.
Yeah, I thought for a second there that Bouillion kind of trolled by parrying backwards, but it really didn't matter. He still has infinite Qs, and able to run down Sloth and Kahleil. Yeah, I don't think the general idea on trying to steal blue buff in their face when you know 3 people are there is a great idea.
It is generally not recommended. It is in fact illegal gameplay.
Yeah, I just think like you got to think about, do you win the 3v3 skirmish?
Get the jump in, gonna be trying to get out. Not gonna be able to get over the wall. Perfectly timed ult, waited for that to complete. And now Kahleil just gonna drop now. Paper gonna pick up his 2nd kill of the game, and just an overextension. Lack of respect of where Paper Bag was sitting. Lost track of the jungle and pays with his life.
Sac de papier. Insane ultimate. I also wanted to touch on Kita, like perfectly knowing the Kalista damage to be able to dive Sivir and know that just needed 1 more auto plus the Ren is going to get that kill. I definitely would not have known that, mainly because I don't play a ton of Kalista, but I don't blame a lot of people for not playing a lot of Kalista. So
it's always difficult when you look at that too, because you think you're safe underneath the turret and think that you can take a little more damage than you can, and then you end up dying because, well, that Ren stacks. It's a little bit deceptive. You always think you have more health than you do, and it's going to be a 4-man lineup here. Now, Najim is here. I keep trying not to say Najim. Najim is here. Gonna blast cone over the wall, so it will be a 3-on-4. Just gonna be 1 plate going down. Paper wants to fight.
Splash.
It's gonna be ultimate used there for Troll. If they want to get Sand Soldier's back, Troll trying to get out of here. He's gonna be the first to drop it. Now Kita gonna have any chances to start putting in the damage, start throwing those spears and pull them out. It's gonna be a taunt up, and it will be a straight for Cicero. What else can they get though? Kita continuing to throw spears in the back of the members of Urgot. Will they be able to get out? Not gonna dash forward anymore. Paper late to the play. It's a 1-for-1 in the end.
Am I trolling when I say that Paper Bag trolled? He was bot side the entire time, no?
He was, but I don't think he suspected that they were going to go for the play. He may not have known whether or not he was on vision, so we're just waiting to see if it developed. But I totally agree. I think maybe in that specific instance, you know that you can see 4 people. You know that it's likely to try and be a dive, so you can, start to path that way and try to prevent that from happening. But I guess maybe he felt, I'd like to know what the comms were. I think maybe they were calling, hey, we should be okay. They can't dive us. We have the safety. But I think just an overstitch at the end. It's just land the hook. Huge play back with Sloth, trying to get his way out of here. Has the flash to get over the wall, but can he get completely away?
Nice flash.
So it's going to be the extension on the... I always forget what ability that is in the river that allows you to get away, but all the same, it's going to save Sloth's life.
I think he has Nimbus Cloak. He flashed, he got Nimbus Cloak speed.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was the ability that went off.
Water walking is the one that's in the river.
Yeah, but that takes 3 seconds to proc. You have to be in the river for some time. I think it had to have been the shield.
Nimbus Cloak.
Yeah, Nimbus Cloak had to have given him the speed to get out.
He's cheating for sure. Pretty high rank myself.
Something I want to look at right now is obviously it is about a 4K gold lead for the side of the Wise Vegetables. They haven't taken any objectives right now, though they will be the first to the river here to kind of try and set a vision for Dragon. Kind of get your thoughts now where Poseidon needs to try to make some moves. They're going to get wrapped on. It's going to be early flash out. He's just going to get dropped down. Hero's entrance on top. What else can they get?
He just
They're
split.
Focus right now. He's going to be the first down to drop. And now this should just be the turn and the burn for Poseidon. They're going to get one. Diana ulti to try and buy time, but it does absolutely nothing other than just tickle the side of Poseidon. Now this will be their Dragon. No jungler means no contest.
Yeah, I mean, the catcher becomes the catch, and I thought for sure that they might be able to do something there, but they just instantly flashed on Kita, and he just had no way of playing it.
Well, down for Bouillion. The Ignite is ticking. One would do it. He manages to get it the last second. That last Q manages to finish him off just on the last stack. The Hex Deck is active though, so they're going to trade a kill for a Dragon. You're going to be pretty happy with that for Poseidon. You're starting to stack these Dragons. It's going to give you chances to move around the map. Yes, your top laner does drop, but I think it's a decent trade for them.
Yeah, it's kind of hard though, because we're talking about like we kind of wanted to say that the Sivir comp was like the scaling comp kind of. I mean, they do have Fiora and Azir that does scale pretty well, but having the 2 dragons in your pocket this early in the game, even if Kalista is fed, it gives you that insurance to know that we still have a win con, and there's a graph out there somewhere that like has like percentages of win rate, and it goes along with like how many dragons you have and at like what time and stuff, and just the more dragons you get over a while, the higher win rate here goes up. So it's unfortunate for Wise Vegetables to be down 2 dragons, but they are obviously ahead in gold and kills right now, so we might be seeing them actually really try to hard focus on winning these team fights around the 3rd and 4th dragons to kind of get back into it in total number, and we have a extended trade here in the top side.
Bouillion gonna flash.
He's gonna flash!
He's gonna get him at the last second. Again, no way for Kahleil to try and get away from that with no flash. It's just styling at this point, absolutely. 4 kills, 1 and 3. Now Zarkra wants to try and make something happen
down.
Here, but
he's down 3 levels.
Wrong spot. Yeah, not the place that Poppy needs to be right now. Does have the completed item. That's not going to be
parry.
Right home about.
No parry.
Trying to get one on top of Bouillion, but that's not going to be enough.
Doesn't matter.
And Galio way too late to that play, just in time to see his friend die. And now he's trying to get underneath this turret. Wait, what is he doing? You need to get completely away from both of them. They have the ability to dive if they juggle the turret aggro. It's just going to clear out the wave. It's going to reset underneath the tower, but a massive outplay by the side of Bouillion to get those kills, and that's exactly
they
what
might
we
look
want
to
that
crash
gold
here.
going.
They might look to crash here if Galio stays. No, Bouillion wants to leave. Okay, Cicero by himself.
We're going to land the hook. They've switched the lanes, so Kahleil going to be in that mid lane. Going to be poked down by the Azir Sand Soldiers, though. Not the kind of trades that he wants. Something that I want to hit on very briefly while we have the chance. You talked about that gold lead. Obviously, it is now kind of back to where it was, back to par, about that 4K level. I think the other thing, too, is to look at where that gold has gone if you're looking at the side of these teams. Bouillion is 4-1 and 4, so that's where you really want that gold into that Fiora. He's going to be able to split push in these side lanes and become this continual threat that's going to take multiple members to answer. And then, obviously, Kalista, with that early shield bow, is 4-1, so is going to continue to be this threat in the team fights. And if you're looking at the side of Poseidon, you know, that gold really isn't where you want it. It's 1 kill on a Braum, 3 on Galio. Those are not going to be the members that are going to carry you through these team fights. Yes, you know, it is nice to have some of that gold for the utility, but in terms of these late game scaling, in terms of getting to a parity where they can continue to kind of fight the Wise Vegetables around the map, they're not going to be able to do it for a while, and they're going to have to continue to farm this out.
Yeah, the worst part about Urgottem right now is really just that the top lane difference is pretty massive. Bouillion can literally just continue to play aggressively
it's
and
a 1.5
dive.
lead.
Oh, in the top lane?
The top lane, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it sucks because you want to be like, okay, well, we have Sivir, we have Galio, like, we could just try to wave clear, and just play for late game. The problem is Bouillion will be killing your Camille on repeat until you do something about it, and it accelerates the game, and then you just put yourself in a really bad spot. So Sivir needs to find a way somehow to get some gold that's meaningful and be able to actually start doing damage to some of these fights, because her top laner is in distress right now and the entire game is going to be lost if they can't match or end it before the Fiora gets too big.
If I have to steadfast presence, we're not trying to see what else can do to get out. It's going to be the hero's entrance coming into this as well, so 3-man play.
Wow.
He's going to get the shutdown on top of Bouillion, that gold going into the pockets of the Camille, so that's going to help alleviate some of that early game pain that they had. Paper waiting in the wings right now does have access to the Herald. No place to play for, so this would just be to grab the tower. But you know, you highlighted it, you know, I think perfectly. Not only is it the gold leads, which they still have, it's also some of these level advantages. You know, level leads really all across the board. The CS differences are also not insignificant across every role right now too. And I think that, you know, yes, while it does feel good for Poseidon to have you know, those couple early dragons, they're going to get to a point where they're not going to be able to contest from them if they don't keep up their gold and their levels. And right now, it just kind of feels like the Wise Vegetables just have the one on the map and they can go wherever they want to. So they're going to go ahead and start up this Hextech Drake and start to try and get to parity on there. He's coming down.
It's a 4v4.
Do they want to contest this though? No teleports on either top laner, so this would just be a pure 4v4. Cicero going to land the hook from.
Oh!
Going to be able to walk out so far. It's going to be the Everfrost committed there as well. Flash out. Najim trying to get over. Going to be the Sand Soldier back. So Azir be dropping right here. What else can they get? Another hook's going to land. Zarkra going to get picked up there as well. Steadfast presence trying to get away. Sand Soldier's committed. Ticking. Paper. What to try to get is going to be the Moonlight. And now Troll. He's going to be next. It's going to be the throw in. And on top of that, it's Slain.
Another hook!
It's another hook! And Cicero just can't seem to land. They're going to attack him underneath the tower. Najim, he doesn't want to let him go, but he is going to in the end. They're going to back out. There's going to be 3 kills and the dragon. The Bouillion, meanwhile, on the top lane, he's just continued to farm this. And oh no, sweetie, this is not what you want if you're Urgot.
Yeah, Cicero just went absolutely crazy. I mean, that's Overrate's duo right there, just playing the Thresh to perfection. I mean, it's really hard to play the game when you're eating Thresh hooks every 2 seconds, and it's not even like a counterplay thing where like, oh, just dodge it. Like half of those hooks were just random out of nowhere. Like didn't even see it flying at you. You couldn't even have a chance in hell that you could have dodged it. So it's just really tough. Now Bouillon's gonna get 3-manned again.
Gonna be the commit here from the Galio. Is going to teleport there. It's taking a long time to drop though. It's surviving for so long. Will it drop eventually? But not before they get Kahleil.
First strike.
Now it's a 2-on-3. First strike. What a hell of a move. But it's gonna be the full commit here. Sand Soldier back. Shurima shuffle. Lots of damage. And the only ones that are dancing now are gonna be the side of the Wise Vegetables, because they have for sure got 2 kills here. They're gonna try and knock down Sloth. Will he fall first? Yes, he will. Zarkra gonna be the next one to drop. Troll here only just in time to watch his jungler fall. What else can they get? They're gonna be the ulti committed there. Najim not gonna fall. Troll trying to get out. It's another play. This support just cannot miss. This Thresh is an absolute monster. That's gonna be 4 kills in the top lane. And now Wise Vegetables, they may have complete control of this game. It is now theirs to lose. They're gonna knock down this tier 2, and they're gonna back with a lot of gold.
I think on recall you can probably just run straight Baron, force them to fight you, because right now it's not close at all. You have some key ultimates on cooldown. I don't know when the diameter is coming out.
It'll be fast. That cooldown is just quick.
So you're gonna spend a ton of gold. You know you're at least like an item up on pretty much everyone that matters. I think you just go straight Baron and force force him to fight. Dragon's enough for another 2.5 minutes. Bouillion's going to continue to be a menace in the side wave. You just 4-man Baron.
Where's the third member, though? They're going to need 3 to take down Bouillion, or he will just get this kill. He's going to knock the first one. Troll's going to be here. But Bouillion has the ability to walk away. Again, no Baron commit just yet. They're still pinging down on top of it. It's going to spawn just now. Poseidon will know that this is happening. Yeah, they're going to try and 4-man this. They know that this is happening. It's 1 member down. No mid lane available for the side of Urgottem, so they're just going to have to let this one go. Kalil's going to see this coming down. Depends on whether or not they want to try and fight him. No, they're not going to. They're just going to let him go. Or are they? Kahleil, that is not the direction you want to go, my friend. Najim going to not pop the blast cone instead, just going to continue to chase Kalleil underneath the turret. Paper bag is waiting right here. It's going to be the jump in. No ultimate committed just yet. Slingshot over the wall. What else do they want to try and do to lock him down? How bad do they want to knock Kalleil down? Troll in the mid lane. They're not going to do it. They're just going to have to let him go.
I think it's kind of a meme to do it. They're just like, whatever, we're fed, like we're just gonna vibe and play the game. They're up 10k. It's pretty hard to lose. I've seen people lose.
Bouillion, on the wraparound. It's gonna be the Sivir ultimate committed, parried there on the shield. Now the Azir turret is gonna come up. He's gonna knock that at least one out of the fight. Sloth wrapping around here in the back. Doesn't have access to the or doesn't have access to the enters, but it's gonna be way too late. Alkalora going to drop right now, and with the Baron empowered minions, this should just be the mid lane turret coming down. It's going to be the teleport committed from Bouillion. This is going to be the mid lane siege. How much are Urgottem Poseidon going to lose right now? How much are they willing to let go? There's still quite a while on this Baron. It is basically Thresh. They're going to have all the power they need to get in this mid lane. This is going to be the full back off here from the side. Poseidon just going to let it go. They're going to lose the mid lane inhibitor. They will get some of the gold coming in from those super minions, but they're not going to be able to leave their base to contest for this dragon.
Yeah, this is a free dragon for sure. They have all of their pieces if they wanted to contest, but I feel like it's just going to be another ace in the end of the game if they try to. Because not paper bag. The Wise Vegetables have all of their pieces as well with the Shrima Shuffle and the Moonlight, or yeah, it's Moonlight something. I forget.
An important track on the Summoners, though, is Kita has access to the Flash and the Cleanse, so any CC that's going to come his way is going to be able to get out of. You talked about having all the access to the ultimate. This is not Urgottem's play to make. They are caught between a rock and a hard place. They just don't know it yet. Sloth's going to try and find a little bit of time. Zarkra's going to get PZ to the back line. It's going to be the Shrima Shuffle to buy a little bit of space. What else can they do? Hero's entrance is way too late. Camille's going to be the first to fall. Azir's going to have a double kill. What else are they going to get? Can they knock down the rest of this Urgottem Poseidon squad? Zarkra running for his life, trying to get away. It's going to be a double kill for Bouillion. It's going to be the complete team wipe for the side of the Poseidon. And now this should just be the end of the game. Super minions running into the base. And the Wise Vegetables, they're just going to put an end on this one there. They don't even need a third dragon. 22 minutes into the game, they're going to put an end to it. And they're going to claim their second win of this, or sorry, their first win of the season.
Yeah.